In 2021, a massive object described as a black triangle was seen hovering above a military installation in California. The sighting was documented on 6 separate videos and witnessed by 50 US Marines. In April 2021, an officer at Camp Wilson in Twentynine Palms captured an image of a striking object with lights on its sides in the desert mountains. The object, which appeared to be in a triangular shape, remained stationary for 10 minutes, as attested by witnesses. Between 8:24 p.m. and 8:30 p.m., videos captured by several Marines show what appears to be a mysterious object hovering in the dark sky. Many of the Marines believe that the object was a craft based on the lights visible in the footage. At 8:29 p.m., a video captured soldiers firing a flare into the air as an effort to illuminate an object that displayed 5 red lights. Prior to being fully illuminated, the black triangle abruptly disappeared without leaving any evidence. Shortly after the incident, the military personnel reported that a significant number of trucks and several helicopters immediately headed to the specified site on the base. The helicopters continued to fly over the area until approximately 11:30 p.m. that evening. Witnesses provided a varying range of estimates for the size of the unidentified object, with some stating it was as large as a stealth bomber, having a length of over 170 feet, while others claimed its size to be approximately half that of a football field. Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, respected journalists, have obtained a collection of media that includes 6 separate film recordings from 2 distinct viewpoints, along with a related photograph. This material has been made available through their podcast, Weaponized, as part of their latest coverage. A former sergeant by the name of Mr. Mitchell reported that he had served in the United States Army for over a decade, but said that nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to witness. Hearing about this strange object, he went on to detail that he had seen something similar while serving in the United States military. He details that it was a clear evening and the base was relatively calm. He and his fellow soldiers were going about their routine tasks when suddenly a strange object made itself visible over the horizon. As he looked up, all he could see was a massive triangular object hovering silently above the base. He described the craft as having a sleek, metallic exterior and that it was black in color. As the mysterious triangle hovered in the sky, the soldiers around Sergeant Mitchell began to notice it too. Everyone's attention turned towards the sky, and there was a mix of awe, confusion, and a sense that they were witnessing something unknown. Sergeant Mitchell reported that he had heard stories and rumors of unidentified objects, but witnessing one firsthand was an entirely different experience. He couldn't tear his eyes away from the incredible sight unfolding before him. The triangular object remained stationary for a few moments before it suddenly shot across the sky with astonishing speed, disappearing into the night. The soldiers stood there, speechless, trying to comprehend what they had just witnessed. Sergeant Mitchell said that soldiers often report seeing these mysterious triangles, and that the event that he witnessed left them with a sense of wonder and a myriad of unanswered questions. As per the footage captured by Marines' smartphone cameras, it seems that there were 5 lights arranged in a triangular pattern. The event shares similarities with the famous Phoenix Lights incident from 1997, where a massive triangular object was sighted above the city of Phoenix, Arizona. Witnesses, including the governor at the time, reported the incident, saying that the object was able to hover in the sky without making a sound. During the 2021 occurrence, a mortarman stationed at Camp Wilson spoke with Corbell and captured a photo of an object with his smartphone that had high exposure, which displayed the object's outline. The item seems to have a triangular shape, encircled by lights that are equally spaced around its periphery in a pattern resembling the letter V. The individual in charge of operating the mortar, whose identity is being kept secret by news outlets, recounted that one of his associates observed the item manifest out of thin air. He said that a friend of theirs was outside and noticed that lights suddenly appeared in the sky. This intrigued them, and their curiosity led to over 50 people gathering to observe the phenomenon. The lights seemingly emerged out of thin air without any prior warning. Although the Marines had military experience, they were unable to identify the vessel, and their reaction was one of bewilderment. The individual operating the camera, who was in charge of videotaping and capturing images of the entity, remarked that upon close inspection of the visuals, one can easily spot a triangular form painted in black color. The soldier said that based on their photograph featuring a black triangular structure below the lights, it is clear that the object cannot be attributed to any common aerial phenomena, such as flares or illumination rounds. According to the witness, the object in question appeared to remain in the same position for around 10 minutes. A fellow Marine, whose identity has been kept confidential, served as an artilleryman at the base and witnessed the unidentified object. He vehemently denied that the lights could be explained by illumination rounds discharged by artillery or any other ordinary explanation that he may have been familiar with. He described the sighting as an unprecedented event. The object's color, size, and illumination greatly varied from anything they've seen before. To illustrate, he mentioned that illumination rounds are typically fired in the air and then dropped, but this object's lighting was distinct. He said that there were 5 objects grouped together that appeared to have a red hue, while their lighting was a yellow-white shade. The member of the artillery unit analogized the dimensions of the unidentified object to those of a stealth bomber, whereas the individual responsible for operating the mortar system characterized it as comparable to the area covered by a 3-bedroom residence. Another observer who conversed with Corbell likened its magnitude to being roughly 50% of that of a typical football pitch. According to witnesses, during the incident, they also observed strange lights moving around the unidentified object, which can be seen in the video, but are not very clear. The Marines captured one of the videos of the object and eventually fired illumination rounds over it. However, prior to the object being illuminated, it abruptly vanished. According to a mortarman's account, he saw 2 orange-colored lights, which he later identified as illumination rounds, hover above the triangle before it abruptly vanished, leaving the sky pitch black. Shortly after, helicopters swiftly rushed toward the area and began circling it. According to the artilleryman, he observed a fleet of more than 60 military vehicles accompanying the helicopters on their journey to the site. They said that following the event, helicopters were observed flying in circular patterns for a considerable amount of time, alongside a large convoy of around 60 trucks. According to Corbell's conversation with the experienced mortarman, the unidentified object sighted by the latter was not connected to the United States military in any way. The government conducted a search after the object vanished, implying a certain level of interest. So, what do you make of these photographs and the mysterious black triangles? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.